That scene is the highlight of the movie. So I felt so touched in that scene.
He cried also. I was like, oh my god, for this scene he was crying, but then when he explained the depth of that, then I understood, okay, why you cried is justified.
So in that one scene, just imagine that scene. So you have built an atom bomb for your country. Not only your country, entire world is fighting. So many countries are involved. There's a world war going on. So you build a bomb. That bomb is supposed to end a war.
Correct.
He gives a speech. There are people gathered. He gives a speech. He is like, oh, the Japanese didn't like it. If we would have done it earlier, we could have put it on the Germans. He says that and all that. People are shouting, yay, yay, and all that. Just imagine that. It's a very small speech, but it shows a great height and a great depth.
Yeah, but initially when
in a very short period. So the slope is very high.
Yeah. When he entered, all are laughing, all are clapping, but when he was leaving, it was like everyone is crying, yelling, and he was walking on the ashes of the bodies and all.
That is a very good observation.
Yeah, also.
And very aptly put. When he enters that scene, everyone is laughing and he is also very excited.
Correct.
Although he is a bit in his mind, oh, what happened, but he is very excited. Oh, this happened. And he's at an all-time high. We have stopped the war. Now he's credited as the father of atom bomb. So he is at the all-time high in his life. And within seconds, he realizes that, as he quotes from Bhagwat Gita, I have become now death, the destroyer of worlds. So just a small note, when Lord Krishna shows his Vishwaroop to Arjun, so he shines like 1,000 suns. So when he sees this explosion, that's what comes into his mind, right? 1,000 suns. So I'm become death. Anyways, so from a very high, he enters into the assembly where people are cheering for him, and he is the father of atomic bomb. Within seconds, he realizes that the depth of it. He is into the lowest of his life. He sees people's faces tearing away. He sees the after effects of the nuclear bomb.
Yep.
So he looks at all the ashes. So just think of it. They thought, I don't know whether it is really something they thought, but they thought the bomb would kill 10,000 to 20,000 people.
Yeah.
It killed more than 200,000 people over years.
Correct. I mean, the impact is still there.
Impact is still there. It's a nuclear impact.
So the aftermath, they are not aware of, I guess.
They are not aware.
They are not that much.
No, it's new. Nuclear,
correct.
It's all new, right? They discovered atom can be broken. They discovered radioactive isotopes, nuclear reaction. They just discovered all that. So that movie is the crux of that scene is the crux of the movie. The highs and the lows. He comes out, he sees people crying, he sees someone is vomiting.
Correct.
From the aftermath of that explosion. He steps into ashes, skeletons of charred human beings. So that is, and you also said a very nice thing earlier, right, regarding Ashoka.
Correct. Chanda Ashoka to Dharma Ashoka.
Dharma Ashoka. So Ashoka, the Indian king, he wins entire
Kalinga.
of India. But Kalinga is not touched. It is not won. He has not won that. Kalinga war is like the fiercest battle because Kalinga doesn't have a king. It is people's kingdom.
Correct.
So it's like a republic, or a democracy. So people come out and fight. Common farmers, common traders, common artsmen, they come out and fight. So it becomes the fiercest battle, and he has trained soldiers. He wins. So when he wins, he stands.
And
That
he looked
moment,
around.
it's I really literally got goosebumps when you said that, because it's like a very apt comparison.
Correct.
Within few seconds, he realizes he's at the top. Now he's conquered the only part which was not under his rule. Now he's the emperor, not only king, emperor. Within seconds, he realizes the river has gone red.
And everywhere the bodies are.
Everywhere bodies. Whom will he rule over?
Correct.
There are women in white saris who come out to fight as per folklore. So from the greatest heights of his life, within seconds it becomes the greatest trough or the greatest depth of his life. So anyways, that changes his perception. He becomes, from a fierce, cruel man, he becomes a changed person. He throws away his sword. But it also happens in case of Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer as well. Yeah, he was very ambitious. Like, okay, I'll rule the physics world or something like that.
He doesn't want to rule the physics world, but he's very enthused about his work and the bomb and the nuclear work, basically.
Correct.
And then he changes his perception. When he realizes the consequences of it, the aftermath of it. So that is the turning point.
So that scene was the epic part of that movie.
That scene is the epic part. So in fact, after that, he goes to meet the US President Truman, and he says, "My hands are
in blood,
soaked with blood." So Truman calls him a crybaby and throws him out of his office. He's like, "Go to hell! I am the one who pushed the trigger."
Yeah.
So, but he does, throughout his life, he does encounter that guilt that he is the one who put everything together. And for that matter also, he opposes hydrogen bomb. Because hydrogen bomb is like 10 times more powerful than a nuclear atom bomb. So if nuclear atom bomb has the capacity to do this much damage, how much damage would a hydrogen bomb do?
Who is that scientist who was
Edward Teller.
So you saw that last scene where Oppenheimer's wife was telling, like, okay, so will you ever be forgivable or something like that, and at the end, when he was getting the award, when the scientist who was trying to do that hydrogen bomb, so when he was he was trying to wish her, at that time she didn't. So that's what she is also. They understood what is the impact, and
so she's been very vocal. She says, she basically says, why are you enduring all this? They are trying to beat you down. Why are you enduring it? Do you think if you endure it, the world will forgive you? So these are questions again. Oppenheimer was a big Sanskrit scholar. So he used to read and teach, it seems, Sanskrit. So Bhagwat Gita would have helped him. So, but he opposes hydrogen bomb, and after the war is stopped, he becomes an American hero. And wherever he's called, he talks against the usage of nuclear weapons. Because he says, in a lot of places, he even goes and says USSR, Russia is no Germany. So why are you having this thing with Russia? But he steps into a wrong territory, because now the Cold War era has started. So people view him with suspicion, because why is he siding Russia? Why is he siding? Is it because of his communist links? So that is an recurring theme that keeps coming up in the movie. They don't understand that he is now aware of that arms race that is going to happen. as part of the Cold War, a lot of nuclear weapons were developed. US would develop something, then Russia would develop, USSR. Then US would develop a better bomb, more powerful, USSR will do better powerful. So there was an arms race that went on for a big time, 44 years.
44 years?
Yeah. So, and it was so, the world was like in a 2 blocks. And the fear was so high, a slight misunderstanding, if someone drops a nuclear weapon, then it triggers a war. If US drops, for example, or Russia drops on US, then the other will not keep quiet, right?
Yeah.
They will also drop. So now that will trigger into a third world war, which would end the entire world basically. That was the fear. He was trying to talk about that. No one could understand that part.